Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Sweden is actively looking for foreign workers right now in order to meet the current labor shortages. There's also lesser job competition compared to other European countries, so if your skills are average and you aren't the best candidate in your field, but you still want to move to Europe, you'll have a much better chance at moving to Sweden. The average salaries are also high at 43,600 Swedish kronas or around 3,900 US dollars per month. Moreover, English is widely spoken in Sweden and is in fact even a mandatory language subject in schools, making it easier for foreign workers to integrate and navigate daily life. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you should consider moving to Sweden, about the average salaries you can earn in Sweden, which cities offer higher salaries, the cost of living, the most in-demand jobs for foreign workers, top job boards and agencies that you can use to get hired for these jobs, your visa options, visa cost, and processing time, so do watch the video till the end. Hey guys, this is Jason from Dream Canada. If you're new to the channel, I show people how to save their money and immigrate to new countries through my videos without the help of any immigration consultants or agents or lawyers. You can find all the process instructions for you to apply on your own through this channel. Subscribe now because all the information provided here is completely free and answer all your queries in the comment section and on my social handles on Instagram and Twitter, so don't forget to follow us there as well. You can even get in touch with us directly via WhatsApp on the number shared on the screen. Without wasting any time, I'm going to explain why you should consider moving to Sweden as a foreign worker. The biggest reason anyone thinks about when moving out from their country is for a better life and a higher standard of living for them and their family. In this regard, Sweden consistently ranks high in quality of life indices for factors like an excellent healthcare system, a strong social safety net with generous parental leave that can be divided among both parents, good education system, low crime rates, and a beautiful natural environment. Higher salaries come next. The average annual salary in Sweden is around 523,000 Swedish kronas, which translates to approximately 43,600 kronas or 3,900 US dollars per month. This allows for a comfortable standard of living, enabling residents to afford quality housing, healthcare, and education. The strong social safety net I mentioned before further enhances the economic security provided by these salaries. Next comes the lack of language barriers. Moving to many countries in Europe is difficult because of its language barriers, but in Sweden, English is widely spoken in all offices and businesses, so it's much easier for foreign workers to adjust in their new environments. In fact, English is taught in Swedish schools from primary school all through high school. It became a compulsory subject in 1994 to 95. A strong economy comes next. Sweden boasts a stable and innovative economy with a focus on technology, sustainability, and renewable energy. This creates a demand for skilled workers in various sectors. In fact, the country is home to huge global brands like IKEA, H&M, Volvo, Spotify, Ericsson, and Scania, which are constantly hiring foreign workers as well. Work-life balance comes next. Swedish culture emphasizes work-life balance with generous paid vacation time, so you can explore the rest of Europe, and a general focus on employee well-being as well. Apart from this, Sweden is also a welcoming and diverse country with a long history of immigration, so you won't feel too homesick. Now coming to the average annual salaries of a few in-demand professions in Sweden, kindly note all of these salaries mentioned are before taxes. First comes a software engineer, which makes around 500,000 to 700,000 Swedish kronas or approximately 47,000 to 66,000 US dollars. Data scientists come next, which make around 550,000 to 800,000 Swedish kronas or around 52,000 to 75,000 US dollars. Nurses come next, which make around 350,000 to 450,000 Swedish kronas or approximately 33,000 to 42,000 US dollars. Physicians come next and they make around 600,000 to 900,000 Swedish kronas, which is approximately 57,000 to 85,000 US dollars annually. Teachers are also demand and they make around 350,000 to 450,000 Swedish kronas, which is approximately 33,000 to 42,000 US dollars. On an average, foreign workers are paid around 43,600 Swedish kronas per month before taxes. Please note that these are average salaries and can vary significantly based on factors such as your experience, education level, company size, and location within Sweden. Salaries are typically higher in larger cities like Stockholm and Gothenburg. Coming to the cost of living, which is a very important deciding factor for you to know if it makes sense financially to move to Sweden for your salary figures. For a single person, the overall cost of living is around 12 to 15,000 Swedish kronas per month, and this figure includes your rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. For a family of 4, the cost of living would be around 25 to 30,000 Swedish kronas per month, which again includes rent and all the expenses above. These figures again will depend on your lifestyle and the city you choose to live in. Housing can be more expensive in popular cities like Stockholm and Gothenburg. Now, which visa options can you choose from? The first one is a normal work permit for those with a job offer from a Swedish employer. followed by the EU Blue Card, which is for highly skilled professionals with a university degree or an employment contract or a binding job offer valid for at least 1 year within a high enough salary figure. You can also apply for the Job Seeker Visa, which allows you to move to Sweden for 3 to 9 months without a job for the sole purpose of finding a job. You can even apply for the Residence Permit, which you can use to live and work freely in Sweden and even start your own business in Sweden if you so choose. You can even apply for an ICT or intra-company transfer if your existing company has an office or branch anywhere in Sweden. In general, all non-EU or non-EEA nationals will need a job offer if they want to apply for a Swedish work permit. Now for the visa cost. The work permit application will cost you around 2,200 Swedish kronas, the EU Blue Card costs around 2,000 Swedish kronas, and the residence permit for highly qualified people looking for work or starting a business in Sweden will cost you 2,200 kronas as well. Additional costs may be incurred for document translations, biometrics appointments, and of course, visa costs for family members if they accompany you as well. Coming to processing timelines, which are different for each type of visa. The processing time for a standard Sweden work visa typically takes around 1 to 3 months once all the required documents are submitted. An EU Blue Card takes 90 days. Do note that processing times may be longer during peak seasons, which are in spring, that's March to May, when many companies start hiring for summer positions, leading to an increase in work visa applications, and fall, which comes in September to November as companies prepare for the upcoming year and fill open positions. Now, which jobs are facing labor shortages in Sweden? This is very important for you to understand because if you fall under these job roles, then you have a much better chance to get a sponsored job in these roles in Sweden. Healthcare roles come first with doctors, nurses, and physiotherapists. There's a constant demand for IT and tech roles like software developers, software engineers, AI specialists, and data scientists. Construction comes next with the most demand for engineers, architects, and skilled laborers. Education comes next with particularly high demand for science and math teachers. Salaries for all of these positions are also better because of the constant demand. Now that we know the top jobs, where can you actually find these jobs? Here are a few job boards that work best, starting with the Swedish Public Employment Service, which is a Swedish government job site similar to Job Bank for Canada. Next comes Uppsala.sc, which lists jobs especially in the city Uppsala. Then there's EnglishJobSearch.se, which has loads of job listings for foreign workers. And as you can see, there's absolutely no language barrier in Sweden as all of these jobs are English spoken jobs. Next comes the Local.se, which lists English speaking jobs in Sweden, followed by jobsinstockholm.com and careersinGothenburg.com. Don't forget to use LinkedIn as this may be the best website to find professional connections and job leads in Sweden. EURES will also help you find jobs in Sweden and all over Europe actually, followed by Subjobs and of course the hub for startup job roles. A number of job agencies could also help you out with your job search, but make sure to be careful of the legitimacy of these agencies so you don't get scammed. The most popular genuine job agencies are Manpower Sweden, Randstad, the TNG Group, and Adecco Sweden, which are all global recruitment agencies. Some of these agencies may charge you a fee, but make sure your job offer is completely genuine before making any sort of payment to anyone in general. Now for a few important tips. Before you reach out to any employer or recruitment agency, be sure to use the correct Swedish format for your CV and cover letter and make sure that you include keywords and skills that are relevant to the job listing you're applying for. If you don't know the format or keywords, we can create these documents for you at a nominal cost. Next, be patient in your job search as any cross-country job offer will take time, and in the meanwhile, you can work on developing your skills and focus on professional networking through your references in Europe and also through LinkedIn. Alright guys, so that was all about the Swedish work permit. For more immigration and travel tips, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified for new updates. Thanks for watching and all the best for your application.